Alright, give thanks each and every one. DJ Panras again. Another breakdown, another favorite Burning Flames track. This one called Stop That Train. Alright, from the Brigading Beef album, 1993. Now, like I said, in my other reviews I've done of the Burning Flames music, I've said how different that they approach soca music. They're not an entirely 4-chord progression band. Back in those times, some of the progressions were short, but it had arrangements. It had a different twist to it, whether it be maybe rock, some kind of embellishments of rock music, sounds, synthesizers, okay, melodic lines in between. The harmonic progressions wasn't your regular harmonic progressions that you hear in typical soca. The harmonic progressions were very different, okay. And again, I'm gonna tag well, you'll see it. So let's get right to it. Brigading Beef, another one that I uploaded on my channel here, as you can see. Alright, give thanks to the fans, who just appreciate the music. This one uploaded 2016, over 10,000 views over here. Okay, alright, so first thing first, what I really like about the song, like I said, apart from how different it really sounds, when I say harmonic progressions, this is the way I approach music when I explain things from my point of view. It might not be how you see it, but it's just how I understand it, right? When I say harmonic progressions, I mean musically, they approach the actual chords that they play in the music differently. They approach the progression of the chords differently. It sounds different. It doesn't sound like a typical soca. That's one. Two, Onion is singing this one, and Onion golden voice. You just can't take that away from Onion, man. Even to this day, Onion still has a very, 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 very rich voice. Dum, 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 dum. And then the intro, he goes, this one's dedicated to my boss, and the name I didn't pick up from what he was saying, and he start off in a calypso kind of fashion, right, of how he approaches the intro of his song. And there's a love train. Yeah, the uncle playing the keyboard part. I think that was the first band to really introduce synthesizers into soca music. In a way that's different, keyboard. But anyway, nevertheless. And so Onion is talking about in the lyrics, there's a love train coming through your area. Please don't miss this train. It's the only one, there won't be another. So it's a love train. Can you picture a love train? Trying to get people to love each other, togetherness. That was the time when we were preaching those things. I don't hear songs about that anymore, like coming from any musical genre. Much togetherness, like you had Mariah Carey and you had R. Kelly and you had all the others doing these songs, that Whitney Houston, that I'm Your Angel and all these songs. And you don't really hear those songs anymore. You just hear about entertainment. But anyway, so yeah, and I like the when the harmonic progression goes. I think it's in probably D major. I could be wrong. I'm just guessing from the top of my head. And it's a 4-chord progression in the beginning there. No, actually a 2-chord progression. Then he jumps from that key into a bridge, or what you call a pre-chorus. All right. He jumps into a different key. I think it's the 5 of whatever key. So if it's in D, for example, the 5 would be A. I'm assuming I have to play it on the keyboard to really understand, but he modulates to a different key there. right? Would you keep love alive? The in between lines, you know, join in the line, and then when he comes back into, when he goes into the chorus, it's a nice little progression going into Stop That Train. So we go listen to it as always, all right, to understand what I'm saying. Some people might go over some people's head, but you go listen. All right, here we go. It's dedicated to my boss. My boss. And that's the album right here, man. I say. Yeah, man. The Calypso approach. Hear the harmonic voices on your layers. Now hear the modulation. Serious. Concuss. And hear how it goes back. Now listen, we're gonna listen to the whole song. It's 5 minutes long, right? We're gonna listen to the whole song. If you understand and feel music how I do, you will really appreciate why I'm doing this, right? Okay, so you understand what I said in the beginning, okay, about how he's bringing in the message from the verse 1, going into the pre-chorus, and then going from the modulating to the pre-chorus, then going further into that part that takes you to the chorus itself. Listen, you heard how the harmonic progression was. I didn't lie to you. So let's continue. Again, harmony. There's no fighting. Hear this chord right here. Listen to the guitar part. Hear this. Yeah, man. It's different. A different sound. Back to the intro. It's like a love song, actually, when you really think of those 80s bands and those 80s love songs, you know, at the time, that was the influence, you know. You don't hear that in soca. With soca you hear that. It's only now people trying to make soca like that, but they can't come close. Let's come together. Brother, love your sister. Alright, underneath harmonies, yeah. Any modulation again. Latin. The guitar. You see what you have to understand too. With music composition back in that time, every single second of that song had to make sense to a real, I don't know if it's a record executive who was judging the song to be on the airwaves, but your music had to be good. So you can hear the embellishments of the guitar actually adding to the harmonic flavor of the song. You could actually also hear the bass line there, alright, which I'll play another. So actually I did another review on that where Crocus has an integral part to play in terms of you know, his contribution to the songs. If you listen to Run on my YouTube channel. That's another song that has some melodic influence, in terms of that salsa. Just talking about boom boom, that's influence from salsa music. It's also rumba, I think too, you could say, more so than salsa, more rumba music, which is almost similar. Okay. And just think of it, like, I mean, Onion Inku hasn't done any interviews in terms of speaking about their music and how they actually were in the studio, but that's in my thinking. If I had to do one of them and ask them about this certain part of the song, I would ask them about it. All right, so let's keep it going. There's no raping, no child molesting on this chain. Alright, you heard that guitar there? Now listen to the interlude, right? Alright, back then when you're doing vinyl, you have to have arrangement to make you guys are A and B side, sometimes 2 songs on each side. So you have to put more music in there. Hey, listen to this. Alright, it's like a love song. Alright, now listen, going back into the modulation now. 1, 2, do 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 do. That's F, right? F major. Oh, actually it's in C. So that's no, that's D. D. What was that? What progression is that? Was it G or F? No, F. Yeah, F. Ah, that's a chord substitution. Yeah, I'm not sure which one. That is a chord substitution. Going from D to F is a 6. I don't know, I can't remember which one, but I can tell you that's a chord substitution. Anyway, this is my review on Stop That Train. Check out my next review coming up very soon. Blessed love.